Good afternoon. Welcome to the Bucktown Village store. The store has some unique history with it, and it certainly has unique history to myself. My name is Jay Meredith. My family owns the store, and actually we have owned the store for several generations. This is the site of Harriet Tubman's first act of defiance. So the store is a very unique history to Dorchester County and to this area. So Harriet Tubman, when she was a child, she was working in the fields just across the way here. As she was working over there, she was working flax. Flax is something that was grown around naturally in this area. This is flax that's been pulled and handled for many times, so it's a little bit rough looking, but flax is what she was working. And what she would do is that you would take the flax plant and you would take this, which is a flax comb, and they would comb out the flax. And as you combed out the flax, you would get the flax seed out of it. The flax seed, of course, was used in various types of products. The flax material itself, they actually took that and they wove it and ended up making clothes and different types of cloth out of it. So it was a very versatile material that was used extensively in this area, particularly in the 18th, 19th centuries. So as Harriet Tubman was just a child working in the field this particular day, pulling flax, she, after work, she went back home to her house, which is just up the road. She lived with the Brodus family. And when she went in the house that day, the missus asked her to come to the Bucktown store to get some items from the store for that evening's meal or whatever types of products they may have needed. And as little Minty had been working flax that day, her hair was quite a mess, so she took a shawl and wrapped that shawl around her head. And she left and she came down to the Bucktown store. So as she entered the store, she walked into a situation that was going on that was a lot of confusion. And what was happening is there was a young slave boy that had escaped, and he came running through the store. And as he did, a gentleman by the name of Thomas Barnett came running in behind him. And when Barnett came in, he ordered Minty, who happened to be walking in the front door at the same time that this young slave boy was trying to get out, and Barnett was coming in the back door, he ordered little Minty to grab this young boy. Of course, she did not do that, and what Barnett did is he picked up a counterweight off of the store, something similar, or off of the counter, something similar to this right here, and he took that weight and he heaved it with all of his might at that young boy. Well, he didn't hit the boy. He ended up hitting little Minty right square in the forehead. When he did, thank goodness that the shawl that she had put around her head broke the impact of the weight hitting her head. If not, it probably would have killed her. But as it was, it created severe damage to her head. It knocked her out, almost killed her. Her mother came, they got her, they took her back to home, and they nursed her back to health. After that, she ended up having narcolepsy, or a sleeping disease. And in the fall of 1849, Edward Brodus died. So Minty, who was a young lady at that point, decided that she was going to leave and go north, because the word was that Mrs. Brodus was going to sell off her slaves. So little Minty, she ends up escaping. She makes it to Canada, but when she got to Canada, she realized that she had made it successfully. But when she went over the bridge at St. Catherine's, symbolically, I would say, she looked at her hands and realized, hey, I'm free. I'm a free woman, but also realizing that she was alone. So she came back to Bucktown and to Dorchester County numerous times and helped her family and other people when she was here to escape slavery. And the store, and the significance of the store, is that this is the place that little Minty came walking into as a child. She was hit in the head with the weight, knocked unconscious. And ever since that event, she said that God spoke to her and he led her path. And as she was escaping, she said that that's how she had that success, through God talking to her, which happened through the incident that happened here at the store. The store is incredibly important. It's one of the only places left in Dorchester County that we can say that Harriet Tubman came to. We welcome you to come here. Unfortunately, right now, it's just by appointment only, but please call and come see this wonderful historic site that is basically the way that it was in the 1820s when little Minty was in here.